Picture this. You've been doing everything you're supposed to do. Every month, you make your payments. The credit card balance is shrinking. Your student loan is getting smaller. Your car loan is finally under control. For the first time in a long time, you feel responsible. You feel disciplined. You feel like you're making real financial progress. But then one day, a friend casually mentions that they made $4,000 in the stock market this year. And suddenly, a question hits you. Wait, am I doing this wrong? Because paying off debt feels smart. But watching other people build wealth while you're spending years paying down a 5% loan? That doesn't feel very smart. And this is exactly where millions of people get stuck. They know debt is holding them back. But they also know every year they delay investing is a year of growth they'll never get back. So what should come first? Should you throw every dollar at your debt? Or should you start investing right away? In this video, we're going to break down the exact step-by-step strategy to do both. You'll learn when to focus on debt, when to invest, and how to build wealth without staying in debt longer than necessary. I'm Merrick. If you enjoy videos that explain money in a simple, practical way, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. Now let's get into it. Let's start with something that might sound controversial. Paying off all your debt before investing a single dollar is usually a mistake. That sounds wrong at first. After all, debt is bad. And yes, debt absolutely needs to be addressed. But ignoring investing while you eliminate every last balance can cost you far more than the interest you're paying. Because debt costs you money. But delaying investing costs you time. And time is the most powerful asset in personal finance. You can earn more money. You can reduce expenses. You can refinance loans. But you can never recover lost years of compound growth. And that difference can amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Let's look at a simple example. Suppose you have $20,000 in student loans at 5% interest, and you have $500 per month of extra cash. You have two options. Option 1, debt first. You put the entire $500 toward the loan. The debt is gone in roughly 45 months. Then you begin investing $500 per month. After 10 years total, your investment account grows to around $38,000. That's a solid result. Option 2, split the money. Instead, you put $300 toward the loan and $200 toward investments. The loan takes longer to pay off, about 56 months. But your investments have been growing from day one. After 10 years, your investment account is worth approximately $47,000. Same income, same total monthly contribution, same 10-year period, but nearly $9,000 more in investments. Why? Because compounding rewards people who start early, even if they start small. And this is one of the most important lessons in wealth building. The biggest financial gap isn't between people who have debt and people who don't. It's between people who invest early and people who postpone investing. Why most people get this wrong? So if the math is so clear, why don't more people do this? Because money is emotional. Debt feels like a fire. And when something feels urgent, your instinct is to focus on nothing else until it's gone. That reaction is completely understandable. But here's the danger. If you spend years only eliminating debt and never building investments, you may become debt-free without actually becoming wealthy. Your financial life becomes a constant cycle of fixing problems rather than creating assets. And assets are what ultimately buy your freedom. Categorize your debt. The first step is to understand what kind of debt you have. Not all debt should be treated the same way. High-cost debt, credit cards, personal loans, payday loans, any debt above 7 to 8% interest. Low-cost debt, student loans, mortgages, some car loans, any debt below 5%. High-cost debt is a financial emergency. Low-cost debt is manageable, and your strategy should depend entirely on which type you're dealing with. Step 2, eliminate high-cost debt aggressively. If you're paying 20% interest on credit card debt, paying it off is like earning a guaranteed 20% return. That is nearly impossible to match consistently in the stock market. So when you have high-interest debt, attack it aggressively. Cut expenses. Increase payments. Pause additional investing if necessary. Because every day that debt remains, it's working against you. Step 3. Never skip the employer match. There is one major exception. Never skip your employer retirement match. If your employer matches 5% of your salary, contribute enough to receive the full match. This is essentially a 100% immediate return on your money. Very few financial opportunities are this powerful. Even while paying off debt, capturing free money should be a top priority. Step 4. Use the split strategy. Once high-cost debt is gone, it's time to use the split strategy. Take your extra monthly cash and divide it between investing and low-cost debt. For example, with $500 per month, $300 toward debt, $200 toward investments. A good rule of thumb is 60 to 70% to debt, 30 to 40% to investing. Why does this work? Because if your loan costs 4 to 5% interest and your investments average 8 to 10% over time, the math favors doing both simultaneously. You reduce your liabilities while allowing your assets to grow. And that is how real wealth is built. Step 5. Redirect every payment into investing. When the debt is finally paid off, something powerful happens. You suddenly have extra cash flow every month. This is where many people make a costly mistake. They begin spending the money that used to go toward debt. Instead, redirect every dollar into investments. If you've been paying $500 per month toward debt, continue sending that same $500 to your investment account. You've already proven you can live without it. Now let it work for your future. Consider this. If you invest $500 per month starting at age 25 and earn long-term market returns, you could accumulate around $1.5 million by age 65. Wait until age 30 to start, and that number drops to roughly $930,000. Just 5 years of delay can cost you more than $500,000. That's the real cost of postponing investing. Not because you spent more, but because you started later. Think of your finances like a boat with a leak. Debt is the water entering the boat. You need to remove it or you'll sink. But investing is the sail. If all you do is bail water, you may stay afloat, but you won't move forward. When you bail water and raise the sail at the same time, you begin making real progress. And that's exactly what the split strategy allows you to do. You might be wondering, what if I invest and the market crashes? That's a valid concern. But market declines are temporary. They've happened many times throughout history, and markets have repeatedly recovered over long periods. The bigger risk is never getting started, because lost time can never be recovered. And when prices fall, your regular contributions buy more shares, positioning you for stronger long-term growth. Paying off debt gives you peace of mind. Investing gives you financial freedom. When you combine both, you stop merely solving money problems and start creating lasting wealth. The goal isn't just to become debt-free. The goal is to become financially independent. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more clear, practical videos that explain how money works and how to build lasting wealth. And I'd love to hear from you. Are you currently focused on paying off debt, or have you already started investing? Let me know in the comments below.